Hello and welcome to my channel, Mary Bourne ND, Gardening with Granny. I appreciate you being here today. We're going to have a little sip and chat. Usually my sip is water, but you can choose whatever you want to sip on. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Every Bit Counts Challenge, what I've been doing, what I plan to do, um, what I'm able to do at this point. So I want to talk a little bit about challenge. We're all thrown certain challenges throughout our lifetime. And as we get older, a lot of challenges are thrown our way. And some of them have to do with our basic health. How healthy are we when these challenges are thrown our way? And the reason I want to add that to the Every Bit Counts challenge is because every day you could be either adding to or subtracting from your health potential. And I look at the Every Bit Counts challenge as twofold. Number one, what can I preserve from the harvest that is so bountiful this time of the year? And how can I contribute to my health base by these preservations? Obviously, if I don't eat it, it isn't going to contribute to my health. And if I don't eat it, I can contribute to ill health. So you want to look at things like that. People of my age group are not necessarily looking for the best nutrition, which is unfortunate because if you only understand that your health can only be based on what you put in your body, just as like as gardeners, if we don't supply fertilizer, good soil, healthy microbes, um, good plants, water, none of the seeds that we put in the ground are going to be healthy. So we have to think about that in relationship to our own health and how can we improve it? What can we do every single day to give our bodies the best opportunity it has for staying healthy and being strong? So, what have I been doing in the Every Bit Counts challenge in this past week? Well, where we left off is I had gotten a big box of spinach from Costco. You know, I love to do my bulk shopping, and Costco is one of the places that I purchase organic food and get a lot of bulk produce. And their spinach comes in a large package. And it seems like you take a bit for a salad, and it's like there's still a ton of spinach left. And you make a casserole or something, and there's still a ton of spinach left. And it seems like it's a never-ending tub of spinach, like the, fish and the loaves. And so anyway, I took the balance of my carton of spinach after I had rinsed it and towel dried it and put it on the freeze dryer trays. It filled three freeze dried trays. The other tray, I put my rosemary and thyme and parsley on it. So after the spinach was done, I crunched it up. It made an entire quart of flaked spinach. Now, a lot of people will use the packages of oxygen absorbers. Here in Michigan, we are so humid that doesn't work for me. And plus, if I have an oxygen absorber in there, I have to unscrew it and then I have to put it back on. Or if I do a food saver, it's the same thing. I find the dry to dry works so much better for me. This spinach is lovely, flaky. I can add it to omelets, add nutrition to smoothies. Well, there's just a bountiful casseroles, a lot of different dishes that I can add that flaked spinach to. And it's going to add good nutrition to whatever I prepare. So then I stripped off the needles from the rosemary, the freeze-dried rosemary, and the thyme and the parsley. I did have some parsley in there too. I added a little bit of garlic. It was freeze-dried, but not by me. I purchased it, freeze-dried garlic, and added some sea salt to it. And I made a really nice spice blend that has rosemary, thyme, parsley, garlic, and I can sprinkle this on chicken, pork chops, put it in as a rub for chicken, or I can put it in hamburger patties. So there's a lot of things, and the bountiful effects of these herbs are wonderful for the immune system and for your basic health. So make your own spice blends. That cost me next to nothing. It's like my rosemary plant didn't suffer any. I cut it. It's growing back. And it's a lot of fun to experiment with your own flavor enhancers. I am not a fan of hot, so I don't like hot pepper. Whenever somebody says, "Oh, try this," it's always got some kind of hot pepper in it. And it's like, not for my delicate taste buds. It's not what I enjoy, but I do enjoy flavor. And I have other ideas that I want to try and add to spice up the food I eat with good nutrition. That's how I like to spice it up, good nutrition. So out in the garden, I have garlic chives that are coming up. And if they are allowed to flower, the flowers open up and the seeds spread everywhere. So you want to cut them before they bloom. And I'm thinking I'm going to make a pesto with that. I have celery leaves, and I love growing celery, and the celery leaves have a wonderful flavor to them. So adding celery leaves and the garlic chives, I have some cashews that I want to blend in there and some Parmesan cheese. So that's upcoming too. I am not very good at filming myself in videos doing stuff. So unfortunately, I end up having to tell you about it rather than show you about it. But occasionally my husband will come along and videotape me doing stuff. We harvested some wonderful beans. I have green, purple, and yellow growing in the green stalk, and I have a lovely harvest of that. We harvested a beautiful strawberry from the green stalk. If you are older or if you are challenged physically, I urge you to get a green stalk. It is the most wonderful way of gardening because there's no weeds. Well, there's a couple weeds, but easily picked. You don't have to get on your hands and knees and do it. The accessibility of getting out there and just picking. It takes maybe 10 minutes and you've got a lovely harvest. So I will leave a link in the description below for Greenstock. I don't get, I'm not affiliated with Greenstock. I just happen to love the way they can make it easier for me to garden. So I would also like to take you for a little tour on what's happening in the garden in early August. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below some suggestions that you think would be helpful for boosting good nutrition, especially for the elderly, and making it easy and accessible so they don't eat cereal for dinner. I mean, breakfast for dinner is one thing, but cereal is never a good idea. There's lacking nutrition. There's no greens in it. It's not very good. And it's, you want to have good protein, collagen to help with your skin and your nails and your hair and make you feel more vibrant. So without further ado, I will attach the video on all the beauty that's happening in the garden. There are plenty of weeds. I don't think you need to see those. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for spending some time with me. So until next time, this is Mary Bourne for the health of it. So we're here in the herb garden, and you can see that the garlic chives are just about ready to open up. You can see we're catching it right at the perfect time. So we'll cut some of these for our pesto. So while we're here, let's admire the beautiful blossoms here. I have my sunflower opened up there in the back, and you can see the tansy are now in full bloom, looking so pretty. These make a lovely addition to an arrangement. And scanning over, you'll see that I did pick some of the elephant garlic, but I did leave some also. And behind the dahlias, you can see that our clematis is blooming. Let's check that out a little closer. These dahlias are just so pretty. And there's our clematis and our yellow dahlia. We have lots of comfrey growing still. Got a really pretty bright red and yellow dahlia back there. Really lovely. Really pretty artemisia. I'm not sure what the name of that one is. And then we've got a variegated leaf iris. It's purple, and it did not bloom this spring, so I'm hoping that it overwinters and we see it next spring. The mandevilla is still looking lovely, and I have picked some of the gladiolas and made arrangements out of them. We have one here that's kind of flopped over, but it's so pretty. And I've got a red one coming here. It's kind of fun having them behind the peonies like that. You can see that the mandevilla is crossing over there. I have to wind it around the pole again. We are at the celery, and I'm going to pick some of that, but I also have some tomatoes that are ripe, and that's pretty exciting. And some that are blushing. These are the, well, a couple of these are the San Marzano. Well, the tomato bed is completely flopped over, but oh my goodness, there is a huge success. That one is called a Big Red W. Let me see if I can get rid of some of the leaves so you can check it out. Isn't it gorgeous? The size of it, bigger than my hand. That's pretty exciting. That was grown from seed, and I call it the Big Red W because a couple years ago I didn't know what name it was, saved the seeds, and I've been calling it Big Red W ever since. Some of these are the Brandywines. They're still looking pretty good. Very, very happy with that Big Red W. Well, they are looking gorgeous. And this is the unruly elderberry that I've been chopping back and chopping back. I might have to just chop it to the ground. This is the pink one, looking so lovely. Just huge flower heads on these things. So pretty. In the background, you may see a beautiful purple gladiola poking up there. But obviously, this garden has missed me. I'll borrow a little beauty from my neighbor's garden here and show her hibiscus. Very pretty.